textbook. There is no content related to a question asked in the public exam. The question is like this: if there were no Himalayas on the north and no Indian Ocean in the south, what would have been India climatically, environmentally, strategically? But there is no direct answer in the textbook. But the question makes both the teachers and learners to prepare beyond the textbook. That must be the base of the school curriculum. It's only a sample. And regarding Eratosthenes, actually he was a librarian, head librarian in Alexandria Library in Egypt. He lived almost 2,200 years before, around 200 BC. Why we call him father of geography? The answer is here. What he did, he came with a stick, all the way traveling 800 kilometers from Alexandria to Sinai, which is near to the equator, adjacent to Aswan Dam. On a sunny day, June 21st, what we call summer solstice, the longest day in northern hemisphere. He stuck a stick on the ground vertically. He noticed if any shadow cast on the stick or on the ground, there was no. He went back. He waited for the next year, same time, same day. He took the same stick. He stuck to the ground. He noticed a few angle of shadow cast on the ground. What did he do? He measured the angle. It was 7.2 degrees, which is equivalent to the distance he traveled, 800 kilometers. Using this small stick, when there was no technology, when there was no artificial intelligence, there was no satellite, he measured circumference of the earth. What did he do? The 7.2 degree is 1/50th. So 360 degree, one circle is equivalent to 360 degree, 7.2 degree is 1/50th. So 1/50th is 800 kilometers, so 50 times 800, 40,000 kilometers he calculated. Now the satellite has exactly measured the circumference of the earth, which is 40,070 approximately. Now, but 2,200 years ago, using a stick, a man who measured the circumference of the earth, he also coined the word in Greek that everybody knows. And sir recently, now just before me, he presented about artificial intelligence in the field of geography. Of course, artificial intelligence courses are available free online. Even the Google is freely offering this course. And it is inculcated in combination with other subjects. Geography is fortunate to have computer applications as a mainstream. No other art subject in social sciences has computer-aided learning like geography. Starting from school level, we have computer-aided, computer as a part of mainstream in geography is taught. So artificial intelligence, when we teach to the students, we must go beyond the textbook. What we have, with that we should not stop, because learning, as Venkatraman sir said, never ends. Learning takes place, and geography particularly is fastest growing, ever growing subject. That's why a teacher needs to be, an instructor needs to be updated every now and then, every year. New information is being added to the subject, that one must be aware of it, so that the subject which seems to be minority among all other subjects, even seen by the learners as a less scope. Only way to motivate the learners to learn, to prosper in the field of geography. So artificial intelligence, when we teach to the students, as a geography teacher, I go beyond the textbook. I learned something recently, anything happened in artificial intelligence, we tell them, that will attract the students. For example, we have top most 5 robots, humanoid robots, Of this, the first comes Sophia. Sophia is the humanoid robot, built and maintained by Hong Kong-based company, which does almost like a human being, working in the restaurant, the hospital, during disaster, attending the patient, all these things are done by robo. This robo has got a citizenship from Saudi Arabia. So latest information that we need to tell the students. So every information can be added to the textbook time and again, because geography is ever-growing subject. This way, geography is a spatio-temporal discipline dealing with all. It's like a jack of all. I stop with that because it covers the entire things. Everything, whatever happens on the surface under the sun up to the interior part of the earth comes under geography. So these extra informations are, if needed, it must be imbibed to the curriculum. The same way, we deal with botany, we deal with zoology, we deal with economics, mathematics, mathematical geography. When you talk about astronomy, when you measure the distance between the sun and the earth, we say astronomical unit. When the light travels in 1 year, we say light year, which is almost 90 trillion 761 billion kilometer in 1 light year. 1 astronomical unit is equivalent to 150 million kilometer. So the difference between light year and astronomical unit is these are difference. And when we teach the curriculum, school curriculum in geography has up to solar system. We go beyond solar system and we add information to the students when we have chance to teach. So this is how to teach geography effectively. For an instance, when you say solar system which has 8 planets, in between we have a belt called asteroid belt. So what is next? If students ask, we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared. We should keep ourselves in students' mindset, and we have to teach. Asteroid belt and then Kuiper belt and then Oort cloud. How far is in astronomical unit? How far is in light year? So these information all come under mathematical geography. So geography in school level is limited, but it must be at least distributed equally on par with the history is our request. Also, we have of course this Geography Association, state level. This information that every year we conduct this we publish articles, this information must be dissipated to other areas. It must not be confined to only higher education like colleges and universities. This information must be at least dissipated to school level, at least a higher secondary level through Ministry of school education, so that others also will be involved. They can share their idea, grievances. School level geography teachers, not myself, but many other geography teachers feel that they are being neglected or seen upon down by other subjects like maths, physics and all. But really geography is most fantastic, beautiful subject. When we teach, students are mesmerized indeed. That is in our hands. We have plenty, ocean of informations which needs to be imbibed into the mainstream. At the same time, employability plays important role in attracting the subjects. When you see the vacancy list of any PGTRB, geography has a hardly 2 digit. That too 20, below 20, 18, 14 every year, every time, not every year. But when you see other subject, even history or commerce and all, 300 plus vacancies. So this also plays important role. This as a request, I beg our veterans to look into this, make a a referendum to the school education, that school should be saturated with geography on par with the history and other subjects, at least in social sciences, so that number of colleges where geography can be taught will increase. Because you take students from higher secondary to colleges, because there is a connectivity among us. that coordination needs to be improved. That's what I have in my mind. Just all of a sudden, sir requested me to speak about. Thank you very much, because you are...
Thank you, Dr. Subramaniam. We have 3 points he has given us. One is about the curriculum improvement. Because every year we are refining the curriculum at school level or college level or at university, autonomous colleges and so on. So probably wherever we go, we used to advise in the curriculum board that instead of GPS you add GNSS, then instead of cartography you also introduce cartography with geoinformatics and so on, because geoinformatics include all the 3 components, that is remote sensing, then GIS and GNSS, that is GPS. So all these things. So these things not only in our state but other states also. So almost all of them are following. So we should also follow this, especially in autonomous colleges. Dr. Jagan Kumar, probably tomorrow you will see how the field work in geography is tremendously could be improved, especially with reference to Google Earth, Google Map. From Google Map, you can fabricate, you can develop hundreds of exercises in geography. Not 10 or 20, hundreds of exercises. So probably you can make use of it. So the teachers who are attending this conference, probably you make note of it, and then you can follow this in the curriculum development. And number 2, a father of geography. There is a dispute in India. Who is the father of geography? If you go to Maharashtra, they say Professor C.D. Deshpande is the father of geography in India. It's not so. He was working in Karnataka College. Now it has become Karnataka University. He was a lecturer. At that time, probably the work of Subramaniam was at its peak. And he was doing excellent work, number 1. Number 2, if you go to East, West Bengal, they say the father of geography is Professor S.P. Chatterjee. S.P. Chatterjee is a geologist, not a geographer. But he was a professor in university, even though he was a geographer. Like W. Davis, he was a geologist and a geographer. That is a different thing. But the thing is, but before all these things, the person of this college, Teachers Training College, he has connected North and East and also visited several countries in Europe, and also a fellow of Royal Geographical Society. He was a member. It means his work was appreciated by a dozen of British geographers. His work is appreciated in Nature, 1938. Can you imagine whether our name could be referred in Nature, the Journal of Nature? It's referred. And some of the articles published in the Indian Geographical are in the curriculum of European Union. So much is the work done by Subramaniam. So it means we have done excellent work, and the only thing is we have to recognize their works and then do the things. Now the textbooks are very much refined nowadays. 6th to 12th textbooks are refined very much, and we have done excellent work in this. We have compared almost all textbooks in other states and these textbooks, so probably you can make use of it. And I also a member in SCERT. I am also a member in SCERT, so I know the quality.
எல்லாத்துக்குமே லஞ்ச் இருக்குது. இந்த சைடில் லெஃப்ட்டில் போங்க, எனக்கு லெஃப்ட்டு உங்களுக்கு ரைட்டில். அது ஸ்டார் ஹவுஸு பக்கத்தில் அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். நெக்ஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டார் ஹவுஸு ஒரு ஆர்டராக வரிசையாக பண்ணிங்கன்னா எல்லாருக்குமே லஞ்ச் இருக்குது. போதுமான அளவுக்கு ஏற்பாடு பண்ணியிருக்கோம். டோன்ட் வரி.